All right, folks, welcome back. I have something really cool today from my friends at Banggood. This is the Frsky X9 Lite. It looks a lot like my old X9D Special Edition, except for it's smaller, thinner, and well, a little bit cheaper feeling, but it's a lot smaller. This is a really, really neat radio. You don't have the sliders on the sides, which if you're doing the multi-rotor thing, you're really not going to use those. A few less switches. But this is great. This is exactly what I've been looking for in a radio for a very long time. Something small and compact that does everything I need it to do. It's going to fit my bag really well, unlike my old X9D, which took up a large portion of my flight bag. This is perfect. This is exactly what I'm looking for. A couple things that are kind of to note on this is the switch placement. They're a little bit different. Here we have a 2-position switch, a 3, another 3, another 3, and then a momentary 2-position switch, and a potentiometer with a detent in the center. They don't. This doesn't have Hall effect gimbals, but these do feel decent. They don't feel great. You do notice on the throttle side, the tension bar, you can kind of feel it a little bit, but that can be fixed with a little bit of polishing compound and some elbow grease. This does come set up kind of mode 1, mode 2 agnostic. You know, both sticks are set up in the center like this, so you do have to get it open and fiddle with the screws in the back on the gimbals to get it to you know, stay at the bottom like that for your throttle. I fly mode 2, so this is how I have it set up. Screen's pretty low resolution, but you know, we're flying FPV. We don't really need it for a whole lot besides just selecting models and a few other options. I do really like this rolling wheel. The thing I really liked about the QX7 that I had was the selector knob. This is just an even better way of going about it. So you've got a little roller and then it clicks in the center. It does not come with an SD card and doesn't come with batteries. This does use 2 18650 batteries, but you're going to want to get the ones with the buttons on the end of them, the little nubs, kind of like a standard AA, AAA battery. I didn't have those, so.
A few moments later.
Oh boy, okay. So I just used some standard 18650s, but I put a magnet on one end of them. It bridges the contacts right there. That's really all you're looking for, is the ones with a little nub. But the flat ones work, but you just have to find a piece of something to put between them to make the contact. And just to note, positive end here, negative end here. So positive, negative, positive, negative. You don't want to hook these up backwards. So it doesn't come with batteries. And one of the biggest downsides of this radio that I've found so far, and really the only one I really care about, is it doesn't have internal charging. You know, you can't plug a USB port into the bottom of it, or USB cable in the bottom of it, and have it charge batteries like you can on the, you know, the X Lite Pro. But my friends over at Banggood thought about that before they sent this over, and they said, hey, we have an internal charging module. Would you like that? I'm like, heck yeah, why not? So there'll be a video on how to install this into this so we can have all-in-one charging solution for our batteries. The other thing is it doesn't use the standard JR module anymore. It does use the slim module like on the R9 Lite module or some of the smaller multi-protocol modules. It does just use that, but I'm sure if you're going to use a big JR module that someone will eventually come up with a 3D print and an adapter for this. I would expect that to happen pretty darn soon. And a few other little accessories they sent me with this just to check out are some of these UAV anti-skid pads. They're not grip tape like I thought they would be. They're kind of almost like a 3M Nidoc carbon fiber texture. And I'm holding off on installing these because it will cover up the holes in the back of the radio to get to your screws to disassemble it, and it will also tape over the seam in the radio. But what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to take this as a template and I'm going to cut out some grip tape, because I really like that on my X9D when I put the grip tape on there. But those are some accessories that you can get with this. There is a UR-UAV version of this radio, which comes with Hall effect gimbals. I opened this up and they look an awful lot like QX7 gimbals, so I wonder if that's what they're using. And for some reason they didn't install the internal charging module on their own radio. At least I don't think they did. If I'm wrong, I'm sure someone will tell me. But anyways, doesn't come with SD card, doesn't come with batteries, and you do have to open it up to set up your sticks, but that's pretty standard with most of the Frsky radios, other than the X Lite, which you just do it by inserting screws into the back of it in the appropriate places. Again, very light, very compact. I really like it. It does use the new ISRM module, the Access Protocol module. At the time of recording this video, this will do D16 in the old ACCST protocol, and it'll do Access, and it'll also do R9 Access. With a nightly, it will do multi-protocols, but the firmware is still kind of developing for this radio. So stay tuned for updates on that. But now that I have two Access-enabled radios, I can dive into the share functions and some of the other cool features that Access is going to bring us. So look forward to that. I'm really enjoying this radio. It may dethrone my daily driver, which is the Underground FPV Nirvana. I don't know. I still got to play with it a little bit more, but this is pretty nice. Even though it does hit that that entry level price point of about $80, $90, this has everything I want. Maybe different stick ends would be nice. Yeah, and as far as stick ends goes, it uses I think these are 2mm stick ends, like the same thing you would get for the QX7, not the X9D. Anyways, so let's go ahead and throw these batteries back in here. Another thing to note is this comes with Frsky's fork of OpenTX. I think it's called ERTX. Yeah, I got rid of that almost immediately. Yeah, it probably works and it's probably just fine, but...
Welcome to OpenTX.
So yeah, so this comes with ERTX, Frsky's fork of OpenTX. I got rid of that pretty much right away just so I could get the firmware updates. It seems like it would work just fine, but I don't know. I like OpenTX. I'm used to the menu layout as it is. But OpenTX is pretty much exactly like what you would expect. Nothing really too different. All the interface is pretty much exactly the same. We lose the little on-off toggle. It's the long press button that they all seem to be going to. But anyways, that's about it. This is just kind of the initial impressions of this radio. I've been using it. I really like it. I'll have more content on this and the X Lite Pro. If you guys want some more information on this, please let me know. What do you think of this radio? Do you think this is going to be kind of the budget entry go-to, or do you think this thing is going to stand the test of time and become a lot of people's everyday radio? What do you think about the Access protocol? And do you want to see a comparison between this, the X Lite Pro, the X Lite, the X9D, and the Underground UAV Nirvana? Because I've been rocking this guy for a long time, and I really like it. But there's some things I don't like that this thing might become my go-to radio. Anyways, I hope you guys like what I'm doing here. Please like, subscribe, and click that bell icon if you want to be notified of when I release new videos. And keep an eye on the community page, because that's where I put little quick blurbs about things that are going on, especially with firmware and things like that. Okay, guys. Anyways, yep, that's it. Frsky X9 Lite, brought to you by Banggood. Keep flying.